One love to the humble, one love to the humble, one love to the humble. May grace and peace be multiplied unto you. Hey, listen, I want to just talk to y'all right here tonight about health, about our health in the black community. And it's something that I don't think we talk about enough or we take it for granted. We wait until it's too late to really start worrying about our health. But it's something we should be worried about long before we have any problems. But that's typically not the way it's going to go. It's always going to be a reactive type of thing. We love to be reactive. We're not really about being proactive. And there are some among us who, try to push good health and things like that, which a lot of people don't listen to for various type of reasons. But in reality, that's something that we really need to pay attention to is our health. Because in our community, we do suffer greatly from a lot of health issues. Now, before you come on here and do this thing that we like to do, start talking about all other races of people, everybody got problems, everybody got health issues. That's no excuse for why you should have them. You may be telling the truth. Other people may have health problems. Other groups may be having health issues. All true. But the problem is when you have them. You can't do nothing about anybody else, but you can always change your situation. And we lead the way in our health issues. If you go and look it up on blackdemographics.com, or you can go to the CDC and just look at where we stand with health issues. We're leading the way. We're at the very top of the list, leading the way in a lot of these health issues. And most of the issues that we have is preventable. We don't have to go through those issues. That's just the truth of the matter. See, I'm gonna tell you. I remember there was a time when I was growing up that, and I'm sure some of you other people that's older than me may know what I'm talking about, and some of you that's younger than me may know what I'm talking about as well. But the reality was that growing up, fast food wasn't as a big of a deal like it is today. Now, have there always been fast food restaurants? At least in my lifetime, there's always been. I don't think they've always been all the time, but in my lifetime, yes, I've always seen fast food restaurants. But nowadays, they're everywhere. We didn't have this many varieties of fast food restaurants back in the day. We had the basic pizza, McDonald's, Burger King, Hardee's. Depending on where you're from, if you're up north, you might have Roy Rogers, things like that. Go out west, you got if you go out west, you got Carl's Juniors, which is the same thing as Hardee's on the East Coast, South, and up north it would be Roy Rogers. But anyway, you got all these different type of restaurants that we have today. It really wasn't that big of a deal back in the day, and back then, um, eating out was not what it is today. Back in the day, eating out was considered a treat. It wasn't a meal. You wasn't eating um, McDonald's as like a regular meal. That was something you only got on the weekends when your parents didn't feel like cooking on Saturdays or Friday nights, Saturday nights. Your parents didn't feel like cooking, so they might go out and get you a pizza. That was a treat. That was considered a treat. You got that on a very rare that you get. It was a rare occasion where you would eat out. It wasn't considered like during the week. You wasn't gonna get no McDonald's. You wasn't gonna get no fast food during the week. But these days we have turned that is no longer the case. A lot of people these days, especially in the black community, well, I won't say just the black community, probably everybody, but I'm just speaking to black people right now. That's the meal every night. It's eating out. People eat out a whole lot more than they cook, but yet people complain about things being too expensive. Ain't nothing more expensive than going to spend $20 on a well, more than $20 actually these days on some Happy Meals or a couple of combos at McDonald's or Burger King. You can still take that same $40 and you could have went and bought some produce from the farmers market or the grocery store, whichever one you have, and it would have been a lot cheaper, and it would have filled you up and took you a lot further. But I'm gonna tell you, the thing about it is, that's you spending all that money for food that's not even real. Have I ever eaten fast food? Yes. Do I eat fast food? Yep. But I don't eat fast food all the time. I don't eat it. I rarely eat fast food. I do indulge in it, but it's not like I don't eat it all the time. Not enough to really cause me any type of harm. I mostly eat home cooked meals and things like that. But I'm gonna get into that a little bit later. But we have to get away from those type of things. I'm not telling you to give it up because it's everywhere. That's just the thing now. Every commercial is a fast food. Every city you go to, there's an area where it's nothing but fast food. We got more food stores and more food places to eat at than ever before. And we push that consistently. Is about food. Everything's about food. Food, food, food. You can't go anywhere without seeing some type of restaurant or a new restaurant get built and they serving the same cheeseburgers over there that they sell over here. But somehow, since this is a new place, we got to now go here too to get the same cheeseburger from here as we got over there. You know, all the 100 cheeseburger joints, but since it's a new spot, we got to go there and get that cheeseburger. We like chicken wings from over here. Now we got to go to this place and get those chicken wings over there too. Same chicken wings, same chicken. Just a different place cooking it, and somehow we got to go there and get that too. But the best thing you can ever do is start you a garden at your home. You don't need a lot of space. People say, "Well, I don't have no room." You don't need a lot of room. You can do a lot of in a small space. You don't need a lot as you think you need. You're not you don't need a whole field for a garden. If you got a family of 4 or 5, a little small area in your backyard can do it. You don't need a lot of space. You don't even have to dig in the ground. You can buy like these things from Lowe's or your local hardware store. Or you can make them yourself. You just sit them on top of the ground. Go buy the dirt from the hardware stores like Lowe's and Home Depot and places. Pour the soil, the garden soil in the containers and start growing stuff. And you can grow a whole lot of stuff. You can grow enough stuff to last you all winter. If you grow all summer, you can be able to eat some all summer, and you'll be able to store some. And you don't need a lot of space for it. You can grow a lot of things. That's better than buying spend all your money on fast food. You can get those greens, collard greens, kale, turnip greens, watermelon, cucumbers, onions, tomatoes, spinach, you name it, you can grow it in your garden. And that those type of meals are more fulfilling. And like my granddad used to always say, my granddad had a huge garden though, but like he's always say, you can always eat vegetables if you ain't got no meat. My granddad was not a vegetarian by any means, but what I'm saying is he always said if you run out of meat, you can always go out there to your garden and get some food to eat. You know what I'm saying? If it come down to it. And the only thing he went to the store for, which really wasn't even the store, he didn't really go for that all the time because he had meat. He grew his own cows. I mean, not cows, but he had his own pigs. I'm not telling you to eat hog or nothing like that, but he grew his own hogs. He grew everything. He was self sufficient. He was an old school type of guy. He was born in the 20s, 1920s, so he came up in that way. He had everything. He was self sufficient. Everything he had in his house. He went to the grocery store for very minimum things that he could not do it himself. That's the only reason why he would go. He had enough in his where he lived to sustain himself and his children. Because my granddad had a lot of kids. He came from a lot of kids. He had a lot of kids, but he was able to sustain himself without spending a lot of money because he grew it himself. You go down to the seed store, you can buy your own seeds. You can buy so many amounts of seeds for pennies on a dollar. Still to this day, it's not expensive to buy different type of seeds. And once you get it going, you don't have to ever buy any more seeds again for things that reproduce seeds over again, like watermelon, cucumber, squash, things like that. Continue to give you seeds, and you never have to go back to the store and get seeds because you get one one of those different things. Like watermelon probably got about 50 to 100 seeds in it. Same thing with squash. Same thing with cucumber. They got enough seeds that you'll never have to worry about buying more seeds again. But we got to take care of our health. The health is the one thing that you are totally in control of. What you put in your mouth, you are totally in control of what you eat. You are. Diabetes is not something you get just because you got old. Heart problems is not something you get just because you got old. None of these diseases are just something that you get because you're old. You get these diseases because of your habits, the way you eat, the way you live. That's where these diseases come from. They don't just pop up because you got old. If you're doing what's right, you're taking care of yourself, you continue to move, you're exercising, you're eating properly, you're gonna be fine. Drinking water. I'm talking about drinking water every day, enough water every day, eating some type of green vegetable every day, different variations of vegetables every day. But we don't do that. We eat fries and burgers instead of eating collard greens, kale, spinach, squash, some type of different type of vegetable every day. Watermelon, cucumbers. Every day we need to be eating something like that, but that's not the culture. The culture is fast food, eat burgers, all that kind of stuff. I'm not saying anything wrong with burgers and things like that, but hey, man, when your health is on the line and people are dying young age or having a miserable elderly life or all kinds of medications, that's no good. And it ain't got nothing to do with size. It's not necessarily because you are overweight that you gonna get like that, even though your chances are high to get diabetes and heart disease and things like that. But you can be a smaller person and still get those very same things. At what point are you going to take care of yourself? At what point are you going to change and get off the blood pressure medication, get off the diabetes shots and the metformin and all that stuff? At what point? Do we wait until it's too late? And we have a culture of we love to consume alcohol and things like that. That stuff is turn your body up on the inside. Something that people don't know is this. And people think when people hear about crack and heroin and things like that, they automatically think how bad it is. But let me give you something to think about. A drug that's being sold every day on the shelves is alcohol. See, you might as well just put heroin and crack on the shelf and sell it right beside alcohol because it's all a drug. And the crazy thing about alcohol, if you get addicted to alcohol, to the point where you get like when you drink up in the morning and you got the shakes and you have to drink alcohol to rid yourself of those shakes, that right there will kill you if you try to quit alcohol cold turkey. You can die from that if you got those. I forgot what the medical name for it is, but if you ever develop that, where you have to drink when you first wake up and you got to keep drinking throughout the day, or else your body starts trembling and shaking, that's your nervous system. I mean, that's your organs being affected. Your organs need the alcohol to function. And if you don't get it, if you try to quit, you can't quit cold turkey. You got to go to the hospital and get medical help in order to get you through the withdrawal phases, because you can die from withdrawal. That's with alcohol. But guess what's funny? With heroin, cocaine, and crack and all that stuff, withdrawal symptoms, you don't need to go to the hospital for that. You can go right in a room. They can lock you in a room and let you just detox and withdraw. You're gonna feel like you're gonna die, but you're not gonna die. You can go. You don't have to go to the hospital for it. There are people go to the hospital because of the pain they go through and how bad it feels and all that. But it's not gonna kill you. But alcohol would definitely kill you going cold turkey if you have the shakes and all that, whatever the medical name is. If you have that, you will die if you go cold turkey. But they sell you this stuff freely on the shelf, and it causes heart disease, high cholesterol. It can kill you, even if you don't have the addiction to the point where you're shaking and you got to drink it. If you continue to use it constantly over time, it's turn your body up on the inside. You're gonna see it on your face. You're gonna see it in your eyes. You're gonna see it in everything. It takes away your life. It takes away your spirit. It tears you apart. When you thinking that you feeling good and you do everything's fine and you doing good, no, you're not doing well. You're actually doing pretty bad. You just don't know it because it takes away your consciousness and your understanding of what's going on with you. You don't realize that you're really just destroying yourself on the inside. Some people function well, some people don't. It just depends. But one thing that is happening, it is tearing you apart. And you may not get any disease. I mean, yeah, disease-wise, you may not get. And you may continue to live, but you're still destroying your body on the inside. You're taking away the potential that you could have. If you're doing well, you say, I'm doing well still by drinking. But just imagine how much better you could do. I'm not here to tell you to quit. I'm just telling you what happens when you do it. It ain't me telling you to quit. because somebody's gonna come up here and say, "Well, you try to tell me what to do." No, I'm not. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. You can continue to do whatever you want to do. It's your life. It's your body. I'm not here to tell you what to do. All thing I'm here to tell you is what you might not know. And if you already know, cool. You already know. It's just that we got to do better with our health in our community because until you see it happen to other people around you, it's you might keep doing it. You might think, not me. I'm exempt. Well, that's not true. Some people are going through it, and they're going to continue to go through it. I had a friend of mine the other day, a couple of weeks ago, found out he had cancer. And guess how he found out? He didn't find out because something was wrong. He looked like he had it. He found out because his back was hurting. He went to the hospital to get an X-ray on his back. In that X-ray, they happened to see some kind of mass that was in his chest. And they did more studies and found out he was cancer. He had a baseball size mass in his chest. Now he was having symptoms, but he didn't know that it was that. So he brushed it off, not knowing what was going on with him. Just prior to him, his back hurt. No, he didn't know what was happening to him. So he didn't know to go to the doctor to get checked. He didn't know that those things that was going on with symptom for that. It wasn't until he went and got his back checked, and then he started putting it all two and two together. Oh, that's what was happening to me. That's what that was. So they found out he had cancer, and he got he's a close friend of mine, and I'm gonna be down with him to he beat this. I'm gonna be by his side till he beat this. But I'm just saying I'm not saying that to say that's something he did wrong. I'm just saying we don't know. We never know, right? So we gotta do the best we can to get to where we need to get to. That's all I'm saying. It can happen to anybody. You never know. That's an extreme case. I know it is. I'm just saying that we gotta do better. I'm not just talking to you. I'm talking to myself too. I gotta do the same things. I'm not just talking to you. I'm not acting like I'm giving you some lesson. This is for me too. I have to do better too. I gotta get in here and do what I gotta do. My friend, who I've been knowing for a long time, he telling me, even though he's going through what he's going through, he's still talking to me, giving me advice. That's a true friend. That's a true friend that most people ain't gonna be like that. He's still giving me advice. Hey man, you need to do this. You need to do that. Trying to help prevent me from finding myself in that type of situation. So I'm sharing. I'm giving you the same. I'm giving you something. He's he's telling me what I should do. But he don't have to say nothing to me at all. But he's still trying to give me some motivation, even in his, even with him going through what he's going through. Listen, man, we just got to do better for ourselves. And this is not him. I don't think it's nothing necessarily he done wrong. I think it's just sometimes things happen to people that we don't even understand why. But besides that, I'm just saying, just what we can't control, we have to. What we can't control, we have to. That's all I'm saying to you, man. Y'all just think about it. Take care of yourselves, because I'm going to be working on myself, doing the best I can as well. Y'all take care.